So it seems like this is kind of blown up in the Genshin Impact community, but also outside of the Genshin Impact community too. You've probably seen a lot of content creators, including some big ones like Moist Critical, cover this, and it's kind of crazy seeing him talk about Genshin Impact, to be honest. I've never really seen him talk about it. Maybe he made a video in the past, but this is an actual situation that actually happened of a marriage getting ruined by Genshin Impact, which is crazy. I never thought I'd ever see this, and this is on the subreddit Am I Overreacting, which this person says, my fiance spent $600 on a gacha game without asking. I flipped out, and now his entire family are calling me abusive and encouraging him to call off the engagement. For context, I work 55 hours a week, and he drives Uber during the day while I'm at work. We are paycheck to paycheck. So these people are not, wealthy and by any means. They should be saving up some money, stuff like that, to kind of cover some bad days. Maybe something happens, maybe the car breaks down, they got a little bit of money to kind of spend on that. Now let's just get into the text and see what they've actually been saying. Now this is the first one. Obviously this person says, we need to talk right now, pick up now. And they say, you're not being fair at all. I explained my boundaries to you, but you're not respecting them. This is exactly what blank, I'm guessing this is a person, says is abusive about you. So they've already got to a third party person to ask hey, do you think she's being abusive? And this guy just went, oh yeah, definitely. This definitely seems like it. And obviously this person said, you spent $600 on our credit card on a game. I already explained to you. And then they say 600 for 2 virtual characters you don't need without asking when we are paycheck to paycheck. That card was for emergencies with the Civic. So again, that card was specifically for a emergency thing for that car, as I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Obviously, Honda Civic seems like that, a similar thing. Now, obviously, it's good to have a lot of money, saved up for stuff like this to happen. And it's definitely not good to be spending it on Genshin Impact and spending on, virtual characters. Now, I'm all for having your own personal money and being able to spend it on whatever the hell you want, even if it is a virtual character like a Genshin Impact character. But come on, whenever it comes to emergency money that you guys share, it's just seriously, someone has actually gone ahead and spent both of your money on Genshin Impact. Now let's keep going. Obviously there's a lot of text to this. They say, you told me you wanted her too, but you aren't happy for me. I'm actually done. I'm a 29-year-old man. I'm allowed to make purchases without needing your permission. That is an abusive dynamic, explaining that very clear to me. So again, that person again is telling them it's an abusive dynamic, which again, I think that person is absolutely crazy. But I do understand the point of him saying that he's a 29-year-old man, he can do what he wants, but not whenever it comes to a shared card. This is a shared card that, those two share. You're not supposed to be spending money on that just all willy-nilly like that. Now, obviously, they said, you told me you were happy and wanted her too. It's just okay, just because you were happy and you wanted a character doesn't mean you should go spend $600 of it. And he also puts a picture of the character, which is Furina. So this actually happened very recently, I think, because the Furina banner is currently out now. It's like a rerun banner or whatever. And he just puts a picture of Furina there, just being like, hey, look at this. This is the character that I got, what don't you think that's worth $600 spending? Don't you think that's worth going absolutely bankrupt over, this picture here is just oh my god. And then, the person responds saying, yes, I said I wanted Furina, but we shouldn't spend hundreds to get consolations. Are you an addict? And they say, or you are an addict, sorry. And they say, you spent all of our Christmas money on it. So again, this person has just gone and blown all of their money when they're not in a good financial state at all. And that's also another thing, I respect your choice to go and spend money on this stuff if you have the money to do it. I think that if you don't have the money to be spending on gacha games and things like that, and it will put you in a pretty bad situation, then you should never do it. It's not worth it. And there's a lot of free to play options whenever it comes to Genshin Impact and many other games. It is harder with Genshin Impact, I'm gonna be honest, just because we all know what Genshin Impact is like and handing out free rewards. It ain't great compared to some other games, but find another gacha game to play that's similar to this, for example, Wuthering Waves, which hands out better rewards and things like that, which obviously, will help, and, you won't have to spend money. I say won't have to. You never need to, but you get what I mean. You have more of a kind of basis to not spend money and more of a kind of mentality not to spend money because you won't really need to. Now, obviously, yes, this has got pretty bad. And, this person has ended up doing all of this. Now, they're saying you are snooping into your finance purchases. You should take a look at yourself. Brother, brother, this guy is saying that she's snooping, but then obviously it goes on. They say, this is a shared card that I set up for emergencies, and you went behind my back. Why didn't you tell blank about your gambling addiction to a video game character? Now, obviously, yeah, again, that's absolutely true. You know, this is a shared card between the two that she set up in the first place. This wasn't, you know, the case of, you know, they went to the bank together, kind of set that up, or he set it up or whatever. She set up the card in the first place. It's more so her card than it is his. Obviously, it is still a shared card, but she obviously set it up in her name, and he's just spent most of the money on there on Genshin Impact characters. And yeah, again, this person seems to be getting kind of mentioned quite a bit. Obviously, they blanked out their name, but it seems like this person, you know, is constantly getting kind of brought into this conversation, which makes me think how involved he's been, or they've been, or she's been, in terms of, you know, making this worse. And you got to remember, these two people as well were supposed to be getting married. These two people are engaged, and they're arguing like this over a Genshin Impact character. Obviously, a valid argument from her side, you know, arguing the fact that he should be spending $600 on stuff like this. And they say, actually, and then they put someone else, told me all about your corrosion, and I believe that you're a narcissist personality. That is why you're trying to continuing to try and control me and control my financial decision making. You know, this is my values, and I've had Furina as my wallpaper forever. I refuse to be verbally abused for being myself. I'm battling with anxiety, and you do not care at all. Having anxiety does not mean that you get a free pass to spend $600 on Genshin Impact characters. That's just not the case, okay? You know, many people have mental problems, many people have, you know, things way worse than anxiety, and it still doesn't give them a free pass to go and, you know, splurge all their money on a shared card on Genshin Impact, or on a Gacha game in general. It's just not, you know, that's not an argument, you know? It does suck that they've been, you know, kind of, I guess, dealing or struggling with anxiety, which, again, can be solved in many ways that isn't, you know, Genshin Impact. And, you know, I feel like there should be other ways to do it, you know? $600, I'm pretty sure that could get you a pretty nice therapist for a couple of, you know, sessions to kind of talk about your anxiety or something like that, to kind of help it and learn to kind of do stuff better, you know? Not spend, you know, $600 on Genshin Impact, which isn't going to help. And also, you know, he says stuff like, I've had Furina as my wallpaper forever. It's just like, okay, this person is clearly obsessed. Now, obviously, you know, they keep going, they say, I don't want to get married to you. I'm not talking on the phone. So this guy is just called off the marriage of a Genshin Impact. He's just called off the entire marriage of a Genshin Impact. She was not the one that brought it up at all. I don't think she even mentioned marriage or anything like that. But then she went, yeah. But then he went, I don't want to get married to you. He said, I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you for giving me a horrible anxiety attack and ruining my night. And no, I didn't do a thing with Furina yet because of your calls. So he's like, I didn't even get to play over. I didn't even get to use her on my account just because of this argument. Oh, I can't believe you'd do this. I can't believe that you would disrupt my time with Furina. I haven't even managed to do anything with her. They say, I'll call Capital One and dispute the charge. Your account will get banned. So obviously saying that, you know, hopefully the Genshin Impact account will get banned. They say, try it, you'll lose me forever. I'm going to Scottsdale for the night. Stop calling me for 12 hours and then we can talk. Good night. Will you please answer my mom, please? I apologize for my reaction. As I said, I have bad anxiety. Wait, my anxiety is bad today. And they say, wait, oh my god, it goes even further down here. They say, I love you. Don't need to dispute the charges. I'll get the money soon. And then so-and-so can spot me 600 tonight so you can text him your Venmo. Anxiety really bad, please. So this person obviously went back as soon as she said that, you know, the account was going to get banned. He's like, wait, no, please, hold up. You know, talk to my mom, please. And it is crazy that, you know, he has gone back on this and has gone back on a lot of this stuff, especially after, you know, she said she was going to, you know, cancel the account or ban the account or whatever. It's just like, these people actually exist. And apparently this person was actually up, you know, at his, like, mum's house or something. He went to his mum's house and he said that he was actually playing it still. He was still playing it during this entire thing. Now, obviously, there's some other people here down here saying, I have two answers. First, you're never going to win with this argument with him. Even if he knows he's wrong, he's going to turtle up and defend it to the grave. Second, you don't need to win an argument to break up. Be prepared for his friends and families to be against you, but that's okay. Tell them nothing, or tell them the spent $600 and that we didn't have from a shared card on a virtual character for a video game, and then yelled at me for snooping. I can't deal with that for the rest of my life. So again, you know, people seem to be on her side in this, which obviously is a good thing, because again, this guy is absolutely crazy, and you know, this is just the epitome of gacha kind of you know, players, gacha addicts, I'd say. You know, a lot of gacha players are kind of normal. A lot of gacha players, you know, do free-to-play stuff and, you know, just enjoy playing the game. But then you've got addicts like this who spend $600 worth of a shared card, which is just kind of concerning, especially for that person. Obviously, you know, they're not mentally very well in terms of, you know, kind of spending that amount. But at the same time, you know, it's like, what can you do? And thank God these people didn't get married, because it would have been terrible. It would have been much more, I guess, rocky if they ended up getting married and had to go through all the kind of proceedings for a divorce later on, whenever something like this would have inevitably happened down the road. So hopefully, I hope that they're not getting married anymore, because I feel like unless they manage to sort it out somehow, I feel like the dynamic is just kind of ruined here, especially by this little situation. But hey, maybe there'll be an update on this situation in the future, and obviously there's been a lot of people kind of speculating that this might be fake, but hey, we'll have to wait and see. I don't really know. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the situation, because it is pretty crazy overall. Yeah, that's all. See ya.